Hey loves, welcome back to my channel. It's Ro, and today I wanted to share some tea with you, and that is tea inspired packaging idea. And I have some charms right here that I wanted to bag up, I wanted to package, and I wanted to make a tea party or tea inspired packaging. So I went ahead and grabbed these bags right here. These are bags for like loose tea, and I've had them for years already, for like a swap I believe that I've had like years ago. And I wanted to cut them down into smaller sizes so they will fit these right here. These will be my kind of like the cover, or the like where I put the tea bags. So I cut these cardstock paper into this size, because my holder, like the box itself where I'm gonna put these in, are like is around that size. So that's why I need to cut the tea bags down to a smaller size. So I'm gonna go ahead and measure the size of this the pouch, and then I am gonna cut down my tea bags so it will fit inside. Once I am done, what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to do a little bit of sewing just so I can cut up these bags into smaller bags. So this is how it looks. I only sewed like 3 sides because I'm going to cut the top open, and that's where I'm gonna put my charms in. So I'm just gonna cut these into smaller squares, and once we have the squares, this is how it looks. And then I am just going to cut this open, and that's gonna be my top. And then I am gonna put my charms in, like 1 type per bag. I believe I have like 10 different types of charms, so that's what I'm gonna do. And I'm just gonna put everything in. Once I'm done with that, this is optional, but I went ahead and just sewed everything shut. I am saying it's optional because we are still going to be folding these bags because we need to make them smaller, and I need to make it look like an actual tea bag. So I'm gonna be folding it until we have that like tea bag shape. So this is how it is gonna look with those corners right there. And then I am going to sew these shut. This is why I said that sewing earlier, that sewing part is optional, because we are still going to sew it. Once we're done sewing everything, so this is how it looks. So we have that tea bag corner like shape right there. And then the next thing we're doing is we need to grab our tie or string, and I couldn't find anything like closest to like a tea bag string, so I just went ahead and grabbed some twine. This is all I had, and then it had this gold detail, but it just kept on unraveling, so I went ahead and in the end I went ahead and removed the gold detail. So what I'm doing here is I'm just gonna measure how long I wanted the strings to be, and then after cutting it, I am going to sew this string to the tea bag. To sew the string, I am just going to insert one end of the string in the back of that fold, and then I'm gonna sew that, and then I'm gonna fold the string upwards, and then I'm gonna sew it again just so it stays in place. And once I am done doing the sewing, originally it was supposed to be like a staple, like how like tea bags are, but I couldn't find my attacher, so I went ahead and just sewed it. So this is how it looks. And then the last thing we need to do is to go grab those, make some of those on the end of the other end of the string, like with those paper thing that you used to hold, so you could like pull the tea bag out or whatever. But yeah, I went ahead and grabbed a piece of cardstock. These are just extras, scraps from the collections that I've been using recently, and I went ahead and just cut 2 by 1 inch squares, like rectangles, folded them until I have this square right here, and then I am going to sandwich that other end of the string inside these squares. I'm gonna glue them close, and then I'm gonna sew around just so the string won't be pulled. I've actually like done this type of packaging like years ago when I just like close to just starting like crafting. And what I did last time is I believe I used like vellum before. Vellum is also kind of like see-through, so I went ahead and used that one. I wanted to use like for this type of packaging, I wanted to use something that's a little bit see-through so you can kind of like see what's inside. So yeah, before that's what I did. I used like vellum, but vellum is not like as soft as these tea bags, and I wanted my packaging to look like real tea bags, like that soft texture. So that's why I went ahead and used this, and plus I already have this in my stash, so I went ahead and just used them up. Once I'm done with all the sewing, this is what we have. Yeah, as I said, I went ahead and like sewed that the square piece just so the string won't get pulled off. So that is it, and the next is we just have to put these tea bags inside our pouches, which will be like our main like covering. And then for this one I put a little dab of glue, but it is optional because we are still putting these packets inside plastic, like clear plastic bags, so it is optional. Also, I did not sew like the sides of this packet, since like you will still need to rip it off open. And then here I am just putting each packet inside like clear plastic, and then we can also put some labels on top just to make it look like real tea bags. And that is it, you guys. Thank you so much for stopping by. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!